What is up, everybody? I'm finally home from Wilson and Olcott. I'm going to give you a quick tournament recap on the Spring Big Boy event that took place there this past Saturday. But first and foremost, Captain Craig, thank you so much for putting on an awesome tournament. It was a really good time, and I was really thankful to be a part of it. 27 teams, guys. 27 teams signed up for this event. That is an awesome turnout. It was great to see everybody. The atmosphere down in Wilson is unlike any other. I don't know how to word it. If you know me, I struggled horribly last season down in Wilson, but was excited to get back there and see what the heck was going on. So let's kick it off, man. The Big Boy tournament's a pretty basic tournament. No communication, 8 rods, best 6 fish win it. Shotgun start at 6 a.m. Got to be off the water by 2 to get to weigh in by 3. You can kind of push that a little bit. You could probably get off at 2:30, make it to weigh in depending on where you're docked. But anywho, neither here or there, I guess. That's quick rules of the tournament, guys. And 27 teams. I was really happy to see 27 teams out there. That was awesome to see. And so let's kick it off, man. Friday, I was going to go out and pre-fish with Ben. I got held up. I had to do a couple things here. Ben ended up going out. He pre-fished with his dad there, and he had a good line on these fish. He didn't stay out too crazy long. He actually was back in town by 1. But you know, he docked the boat and everything down in Wilson, which is great, and was pretty much set up to ready to rock and roll in the morning. I got to Wilson a little bit later on at night, went to the captain's meeting, got to see everybody, turned our waivers in, got everything ready to go for the tournament on that end, and then went across the street. Now, if you follow me again, you know that I like to camp out there in Olcott. I usually camp right across the street there from the boat doctor. I bring my tent, I bring a grill, I have food, I have sometimes music playing, sometimes the string lights are going, I got the generator, the buddy heater. I'm in like my own little element, man. It kind of brings me back to being a kid. And this year just did not disappoint. The guy over there takes such great care of me when I'm in town. Always checking on me and trying to tell me about what's going on in the park that he has. And just a great, I just love being out there. Kind of really kicks off my season for sure. Now, we've been fishing hard since April, but this was like the true, like, now I know the season's here. So we got ready. Ben picked me up, I believe it was like 4:45, got down to the boat around 5, got everything set up, started heading out of the channel around 5:30, got out for the shotgun start. And it's always a welcome sight, man. You come out of them pier heads and you see all the boats sitting there idling and ready to go, and it's just, I don't know, man, it's just one of those things for me. I just enjoy that. It's a really cool feeling. And then, you know, it was really cool because I got to see a bunch of my buddies coming by on their boats and, you know, getting ready to go. It was pretty cool. However, right at the shotgun start, sorry, I shouldn't say right at the shotgun start, just before the shotgun start, there was a slight little situation that kind of arose where somebody got up on plane before they even left the pier heads and almost smacked our boat, missed us, and almost T-boned a charter boat, and that charter boat happened to be in the tournament. I couldn't believe that actually happened. I want to say he missed him by like maybe 5 feet, if that. I could be wrong. I wasn't on that other boat to tell you exact distance, but from my vantage point, it looked like it was 100% going to be like right then and there, like it was bad. So that got me a little upset. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was pretty ticked off, PO'd. Nobody should ever be driving like that. Extremely careless. But you know, guys, it goes back to that boater safety stuff, and you know, obviously that was somebody that was extremely complacent and just had no regard for anybody else's safety out there. Because if you ever gone out of Wilson, you can clearly see that there's boats out there that are not moving, that are there for a reason, and you're going to go up on plane to try and get through all that. That was absolutely absurd. The least you could have done was, you know, idle out past us, get just beyond us, then go up on plane. That's completely fine. But, you know, you come up through us on plane, and you shouldn't have been on plane kind of in that area to begin with. You know, maybe when you got out to us, you can go up on plane, I guess. I mean, that's, you know, that's what everybody else does. But during a shotgun start, have a little bit of respect, and I'm just going to leave it there. I was pretty upset. You could that move right there could have ended some lives, and it was extremely careless, and I was pretty upset about it. But anyways, I don't want to focus in on that. I want to focus in on the fun and the good. Ben picked us up, went out for the shotgun start, took us down pretty far. I want to say he took us down about 5-6 miles. I really wasn't paying attention to the west line, but headed for the bar. Got set up. I believe it was in like 100 feet of water, and ran an 8-rod spread. We ran 2 downriggers, 4 divers, 2 of those being deep divers, 2 of those being high divers, a 400 and a 300 copper. And 15 minutes had gone by, and we're getting marks. I mean, there were marks everywhere down there. I've never seen a screen like this. Like, it was just everywhere, all throughout the water column, bait everywhere. Like, it was just insane. And it was like 15 minutes and I was starting to get a little nervous. I'm like, are we going to have a repeat from last year where there's good fish until Chris comes down, and once I come into town, like, the fish just go, nope, not today, man. I'm not feeling what you're throwing down. I'm not touching anything. Enjoy, like, the sunfish. You know? That's kind of what it felt like for a few minutes. And we got a hit on the deep, I think the deep rigger. That was pulling an MBK, a Stinger MBK, I believe. And it was like that started the floodgates. We did have the boat pointed northwest. We were going to go slowly out and kind of take it that way. You know, that first hit came in about 120 feet of water. Can't remember how far down, but that Stinger MBK has been fire for us for the last few weeks, and it fired again. And like I said, it seemed like that kind of opened the floodgates. That's because literally right after that fish, it was doubles and triples, double the entire day. It was nonstop. I didn't even have a chance to drink my soda. I barely had a chance to get a line in the water. You'd have another fish on. It was absolute insanity out there. Hard part for being in a tournament. Great for fishing. You know, how do you complain about catching the amount of fish we were catching? I mean, you don't complain about that. That is absolutely insane, the amount of fish. But where things were getting a little challenging was we were in like the same class of fish, right? Like 8 to 10 pounds. And I want to say by like 10 in the morning, we probably easily weeded through about 25, 30 fish. Didn't see anything that we really wanted to keep. So we kind of just kept going northwest. Got out to about 230 feet of water. And we noticed that the quality of fish was starting to change. The size was getting a little bit bigger. You know, I think we got a couple 11-pounders that came up and in, and we debated about keeping them. Ended up letting them go, and I thought we were going to shoot ourselves in the foot there. But I was extremely confident in, honestly, in our experience of just being out there in the water, and our experience of being in tournaments and seeing reports that have come out of Wilson the last couple days. I had a feeling that we would get into some other better quality fish, and luckily we did. We ended up boxing a couple 12s. At one point we took a 13, we took a 17, and it, you know, honestly, this was an all-day endeavor. Like, it was just non-stop the entire day. We found our better quality fish, honest to God, out there in 230, 240 feet of water. They were hitting meat rigs like crazy. We couldn't keep meat rigs in the water for more than 5 minutes. If you got one out on the copper, by the time you got it on a board, if you got it onto the board, you were lucky. That's how chaotic this truly was. It was insane. But anyways, guys, we ended up putting together a mediocre box. I mean, I wasn't upset with it by any stretch, but it was the best box that we could throw together. And honestly, looking back, is there anything I'd really change in this tournament for us? No. I mean, I think we did everything that we possibly could. We threw everything we could at them. We were throwing deep meat. We were throwing high stuff. We were throwing spoons, flasher flies, and everything was firing. So that's another thing. So when you look at trying to change out in a tournament, you got to look and see, okay, well, this line's gone cold. We ain't getting anything on it. We need to swap that out like now. We need to go to like something UV or something with silver, or, you know, gold, you know, start switching stuff up, trying to see what you can do to draw up bites. This wasn't the case in this tournament. It was just nonstop. And we didn't have to change out much. which is crazy. But let's get into the things that actually worked. The Chrome Bam. Chrome Bam with that Aquafly. I actually have one right here. Chrome Bam with that Aquafly. Absolute insanity on this one. This has been a thing since last season, and it's still going right now. It just hasn't stopped. It won't quiet up. That one's been fired. The Electric Funeral. So, guys, this is the Electric Funeral. Route 18 Electric Funeral. And we're running it bare. Naked, bare, whatever anybody wants to say it. You're running it bare with rig cut bait right there. Absolute killer on a 300 copper. 300, 400 copper. Absolute killer. We couldn't keep fish off of these things. And we didn't, like I said, we didn't have to change out much. And I think we changed out a spoon once. And when we changed out, oh, by the way, this paddle was really good too. This is a Route 18 Die Hard. This was really good last season, and it was really good yesterday and the day before. When we changed out, we changed things like the Frosted Moon Pie from Route 18. This took a bunch of fish. Look at the teeth marks in there. Like, I'm sorry, like, the focusing is so bad right now. Just absolutely obliterated. The Spook, Laser Spook, was really, really good. You couldn't keep it in the water. This Gold Frog. I talk about this one in my reports. In fact, I met up with somebody today that came into the shop over at Route 18 that said they've been watching my reports. They came, they bought this, and next thing you know, they came in for more because they cracked off 2 of them. And that's like the 3rd or 4th person that said they love this spoon down there in Wilson. That is a killer for Wilson. Again, couldn't keep fish off these things. The UV, not this version, this is a glow version, but that UV MBK couldn't keep fish off it. Just absolute insanity. But anyways, guys, if you're not fishing down in Wilson right now, or at least, I hate to say this, and maybe I'm wrong, but Wilson down to Rochester, I've heard the same thing. The fishing on the South Shore is absolute pure chaos right now. There are fish everywhere, throughout every inch of the water column, and they're hitting like they're piranhas. I'm not kidding. I promise you that's what it's like right now. It's got me really like, this season's going to be nuts. Like, this is going to be a record. This could potentially be a pretty big one for the record books there. Like, this is going to be nuts. But, guys, we finished 10th in that tournament. I think we weighed in, like I said, just underneath 80 pounds of fish. And I definitely wasn't upset about that, man. I think we had one heck of a day. We put a lot of fish in that boat. We weeded through a lot of fish. And to be honest with you, it was an awesome experience. Me and my buddy Ben, man, we worked good together on a team. And, you know, his dad there, just being that backbone, he was awesome to have as a teammate. And I was definitely happy with where we were. Congrats to all those winners out there, man. That was some really fun fishing. That was chaotic. I'm sure they had to weed through just as many fish. But guys, let me tell you what, those the BAM and those meat rigs I was showing you, absolute fire. The other ones that were fire for us were also the Flasher Flies. And I mean, I talked about that BAM and Aquafly, but the other one was like the Spin Doctor 8-inch two-face with, I believe, a green fly. I think it's a green crinkle. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm in and around that ballpark. That was on fire. The 11-inch Chrome Bam with a meat rig was on fire. Guys, we didn't bring enough rig cut bait with us. We ended up running out of cut bait pretty fast. So if you're planning on running cut bait, I would highly recommend buying about 5 bags of cut bait if you're going to Wilson for like a day. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, they are piranhas. They're going to hit anything that comes by their face, especially the cut bait. At least for us, that's what it was like. I can't talk about any other boat that was out there. I wasn't on their boat, but I can tell you what it was like for us. If we were gonna go back right now, we would go back with a case of meat. I'm telling you, it was insane. But guys, this is why we fish tournaments. You learn on them. You develop a network. You develop a lot of experience. I push people to go do these tournaments. This is why. And speaking of pushing people to go do tournaments, there was a guy that's he's been coming into the shop a lot, and You know, he had an unfortunate loss in the family as his father passed away last season around this time. And he used to fish with his dad on his dad's boat. And when his dad passed away, this guy wanted to keep his traditions alive and you know, do the derby and do some fishing and bring people out there going fishing. Well, we talked him into doing this tournament, and I'll tell you what, he had an absolute riot. You could see it all over his face. He had an absolute ball, and he was beyond thankful that, you know, we told him about the tournament. And yeah, he really had a blast. I mean, he went out there, he pre-fished on Friday, fished the tournament on Saturday. He got disqualified because he caught too many fish. By rules, you're only supposed to have 6 fish in the box. I think he showed up with like 8 or 9. That was on me. I didn't really explain that one to him. But it's all good. It is what it is. You learn, right? He learned, you know, for next time. But those guys are now addicted to doing these tournaments, doing these shootouts and doing the derbies and doing all that. He got to experience a shotgun start. And, you know, and then it goes back to, remember, like I said, you do tournaments to also make these memories. Well, he created a lot of memories at this tournament. He was telling me about it. So definitely an awesome experience. And again, when you're out in Wilson and you're camping out there, you never know what the elements are going to bring. A big thunderstorm came in on us shortly after the Big Boy tournament. Collapsed one of the tents that was out there, and it was kind of chaos there for a few minutes. So it was chaos on the water and off the water. But guys, I'm telling you, get down there, go fishing in Wilson, get out on the South Shore, anywhere that you are. It's pure chaos. I talked to guys at Sandy Creek, they said it was nuts. I talked to guys over at the Oak, they said it was nuts. I talked to somebody out of Rochester, they said it was nuts. And I know what it was like down in Wilson, guys, and the bite is absolute insane right now. So definitely get out there, guys. Stop at Route 18, pick up some of the gear I've just talked about. I'm going to be coming out with a lot of videos, some more how-to videos. I've gotten a lot of questions about the meat rig side of things, like how we tie our leaders, how long do we make them, how do we set up our meat rigs, you know, what speed do we go. There's going to be a video about that. There's going to be videos about running flasher flies, how we run our cheaters. I've had people ask about that, and yes, definitely find all this information all over YouTube, but we're definitely going to get it up on my channel as well. So and then guys, just make sure you get out there, go have fun, go enjoy the fishery. It's on fire right now. It's the best I've ever seen it here on Lake Ontario, and I can't speak for a long time, guys. I think this is like my third or fourth season out there, but just absolute pure chaos. Get out there, guys. Thanks for watching, man. If you made it this far into this video, I truly appreciate you. Do me a favor. Comment below where you fish out of and tell me what you like using as a primary, meaning like, do you like using spoons? Do you like using meat rigs? What's some stuff that you would like to see on this channel? Tell me in the comments below. You know, some ideas for some more video content. I love hearing people's ideas and getting some insight. Definitely toss me a like. Guys, please, if you're not already subscribed to me, make sure that you guys sub to this channel. There's tons of videos coming out here shortly. I mean tons. And guys, I did film down in Wilson. There's going to be a video on that as well. There's just a ton of content going to be coming out, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And also, I wanted to say thank you to the guys that stopped into Route 18 today and picked up a bunch of stuff and said that they enjoy watching the videos and they keep them up. So I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. So I'm out of here, guys. It's time to get to work now. Now it's time to get more dialed in. So I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. You guys take care.